So for the web development, we have already covered HTML, HTML5, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery. So today we will cover the Bootstrap basics. So Bootstrap, this is one of the most popular open source front-end web development framework, so that you can use to design responsive web pages. So responsive means whatever design you do, that will fit from your small mobile devices to any number of large devices. So this Bootstrap, the websites developed with Bootstrap, it is supported with almost all the latest browsers. So initial release was on August 19, 2011. So before you move on to the Bootstrap, you should have some basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, because this framework is built with the versions of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and some of the jQuery libraries. So already your Bootstrap, this includes some settings of CSS, layout components, JavaScript, and jQuery plugins. So before we get started, we should have some knowledge about this, okay? Either you can include Bootstrap from the CDN, or you can also download Bootstrap from this link to getbootstrap.com, okay? Once you download all of these things, you will get your HTML, CSS, your design templates, including some typographies, forms, buttons, your navigations, models, alerts, your image carousels, okay, and your JavaScript plugins. So all these features you will already have with the Bootstrap. Just you need to know how to use them with the provided classes, with the provided tags. So I'll show you examples with a CDN, okay? For the CDN, you need to include this path within your head section of your HTML page. Okay, link this will style set href reference is this is from Mac CDN, bootstrapcdn.com. So in my case, I am using 4.4.1. So this is the version of the JavaScript. So this is for the CSS. We are including bootstrap.min.css. Similarly, we also need to include jQuery library. So in this case, from the CDN, okay, we are using this 3.4.1, and this is minified JS. The previous one, see, this is minified CSS. Similarly, Popper JS for this, we are using from CDN JS Cloudflare, and version is 1.16.0, and this is popper.min.js. So this script, and another one is bootstrap.min.js. We are including these 4 files, okay? 2 CSS files, min.css. Next one is jQuery.min.js. Other is the popper.min.js, and the last one is bootstrap.min.js. So these 4 files we need to include. So once you are done with this, now you can start writing your Bootstrap classes into your HTML pages. So this is the first step, okay? We should have this tag, doc type HTML language equals to en, okay? Then head part. Within head, we have meta char set, this UTF-8. So this is the skeleton structure. Now we need to add this code. See, meta name equals to viewport and content equals to this with equals to device dash width and initial dash scale equals to 1. So this part, this defines the width of the page that you need to follow for your screen width, irrespective of any of the devices. Maybe your device width can be something different for the mobile devices, maybe for the tablets, and maybe for your laptops. Okay, initial this scale equals to 1. This sets your initial zoom level, and default, so this equals to 1. This means your initial zoom level, and this is when the page first loaded by the browser. So before we move on, we should know about the containers. So we are still on the first step, okay? So first one, this is your HTML5 doc. Then you need to add this meta tag within the head section. And the third one, you should include the containers. Okay, for the container, you have two classes to know about. First one is container class, other one is the container. So this is the difference. See, with the container, you will have a response text with container with just a container. So if you just use fluid, it will be filled. See, it contains the full width, and it spans the entire width of your viewport, means width of your whole page. So this means you need to include this class. So this is how you can do, see, the full example. Within your head part, we include this meta name viewport content equals to this with device width, then initial scale equals to 1. So this link, see, 4 files we have included: min.css, min.js, okay, popper.min.js, and bootstrap.min.js. So this 4 file also we need to include. So within the body, then div class equals to container. So this one, with you need to call this class equals to container, and within this you will be writing your tags, whether it can be h1 paragraphs or any other tags. Okay, so this will impact you. You just load this page, and with your browser, just minimize or maximize your browser width. So next one, see, once you do this, div class equals to container, h1 paragraph. One example is with the container, and another example is the container as fluid. Okay, when you just use fluid, it will span through all of the width of your page. Okay, while doing the container, it will be fixed with some spacing. Yeah. So next one is the padding, border, and colors that you can use within your page. Okay. So see, div class equals to container, the one that we have already used. This p-3, this is another class. This is my-3 and this border. So these are other different classes. Okay, you can use. So first one, you have a differentiation like this. Heading 1 we have, so border, some extra padding and margins we are using. See, this 3 for padding. Okay, so this is for the margin and borders. So this is the second heading with some dark background color and the white text font. Okay, similarly the last one, so this is with some background of primary. So by default it is shown you with a blue background color and text is white. So this way you can differentiate. See, this container is one class, this p-3, this is another class, this my-3 is another class. See, you are grouping the classes. Visit as primary, so this is providing you this background color, and this text as white, so this is the white color font for this text. So this is all applied. This is already written in your Bootstrap CSS. So you just need to know how to include these classes. So next one, see, try resizing your browser window. So once you include this page, let's say in your HTML page, so while loading a page, just resize your browser so that your contents will fit in your screen. Your maximum width for different devices, if it's extra small, which is less than 576 pixel, max width, it will give you 100% of that devices. Similarly, it's small, greater than or equals to this 576 pixel, so this means it's 540 pixel. For the medium, it's 720 pixel. For the large, it's 960 pixel. Similarly, extra large, for this it will be 1140 pixel. So on the basis of your screen resolution, your content fits in your browser or in your devices. So next one is the responsive container. If you want to make your containers responsive, this dash MD, this is for the medium device, this is for the large, this is for the extra large. So this is the sizes actually, for this SM when you consider for the MD for LG and this XL. So next important topic is the grid system. For this, you just need to remember that you will have 12 grids, 12 column grids. So when you just count this, span 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all total 12, you need to consider this thing. And if you just want to merge this, see, for the second row, we just spanned this 4 columns, 4 columns and 4 columns. Similarly, you can also divide this into merge this 4 columns, and similarly this 8 columns you can do. So similarly, if you just want to get all the 12 columns that occupy the full width, then it's span 12 you can use. So this is about the 12 column grid that actually followed by this Bootstrap. So grid classes, if you want to have this, so you can use this following classes. First one is a dot col dash, you need to use this. Similarly, for the small devices, you can use dash col dash sm, then there will be value like 1, 2, 3. Similarly, for the medium devices, you will be using the class col dash md. Similarly, for the large devices, this col dash lg. Similarly, for the extra large devices, it will be dash xl. For the extra large devices whose width equals to or greater than this 1200 pixel. So example is like this. You will create a row, div class equals to row. This is your one div and this is your second div, Within this div, just try to calculate this 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So it will be all total 12 divs, 12 columns. So similarly for the second row, see, you are using class row, then within this you have 4, sm-4 and sm-8, which means all total 12 grid column you will have. So this one, see, Bootstrap, text and some typographies. So for the text formatting, you are already provided with this and added with the necessary styles, For H1 to H6, it has already provided the styles and its default size is 2.5 REM, relative EM. 1 EM is equals to 16 pixel. So 2.5 EM means your H1 will be 40 pixel. Similarly, H2 will be 32 pixel. H3 will be 28 like this. From this H6, it will be 16 pixel. So from H1 greater to H6 smaller. Similarly, you can also add some additional classes for your heading using display dash 1, display dash 2, display dash 3, and display 4 like this. So this will be how it will appear when you just call the classes. So more on some typographic classes. If you want to show your text, let's say in bolder, so these classes you can use. If you want your font to be shown in something lighter, then these classes you can use. So if you want your font weight to be normal, then just font weight normal. Similarly, for the italics, you can use font italics. If you want to show your font with a small, then just use this class small. For the alignment, you can use text align left, okay, text center, text right, and text justify. Similarly, if you want to show your text in lowercase or uppercase, or if you want to capitalize your text, then you can use text capitalize. So these are already defined classes. You just need to know these classes and call whether in your paragraph, headings, or wherever you like. So about the callers, so how you can add already defined Bootstrap callers to your paragraph or your text. So these are some of the text callers. So while you are, if you use a text muted, it will be shown in some gray color like this, okay? So while you use text as primary, it will show you in this blue color. Success is in green color. Information, so this is in light blue color. Similarly, warning, this is in orange color. Danger, this is in red color. So text as secondary, it's this one gray color. So text as white, text as dark, this is in text as dark. This one is a dark gray. Similarly, text as blurry. So this is the one. This is the color. So while using these classes, so this will be the exact thing that you will see in your page for the your text. Next one is tables. So you know about the HTML tables, but you want to style your table with already provided Bootstrap classes. You just need to call this table as a class in your table tag, okay? So if you just call this table, it will give you some basic tables. So this is the example while using this table class. Similarly, table dash striped, okay? So this will give you some, see, alternate colors, this some gray color, white, and then again gray color. So this one. Similarly, table dash border, it will give you some bordered, okay, table structure with border. Similarly, table dash dark, it will give you this dark nature of your table, okay? So this example is table dash dark and table dash stripe. So this example use both of this. You can also group two of these classes, okay? So while in your page or some div, if you are using, your structure will be something like this: table class equals to this table dash dark and table dash stripe. You are using both of the classes for this. So once just writing this, you will get this structure of the HTML table. So other classes also you can use for your tables. Similarly, if you just want to show your table with some small paddings, okay, so that you can reduce the spaces within the table, you just need to use this table dash sm. Similarly, for the ts dash dark, this is for the table heading. If you want to apply background color, let's say to be a dark, then you can use this class. Similarly, table heading with a light background, gray background color, ts dash light. So this is for the table heading. This is for the smaller table if you want to show. Similarly, if you want to show your table with some responsive nature so that user can slide and scroll, on the basis of that, the users can view your table data. So for that case, you will be using table dash responsive, okay? So for this, you need to write the thing like this: div class equals to table dash responsive, okay? Within this, then only you will write table class equals to table. So similar like this, you can also use table dash responsive dash sm for the small devices. Okay, for the medium devices, you will be using MD. Similarly, LZ for the greater devices. For the extra large devices, you will be using. For extra other classes, if you want to apply some background colors in a table, you can use these classes. So primary, this will always be a light blue color. Okay, success will always be in green color. Then similarly, dancer, this will be in red color or the pink color. See, table dash info, it's a light blue color. Table dash warning, table dash active, secondary, table dash light and dark. So these are all some of the contextual classes that you can apply this to your table as a whole, or a particular table row or table cell. So these classes you just call, okay, this will be applied to your particular tags. So next about the Bootstrap images. So maybe by default you are using img src as the tag. Okay. So if you want to show images with some rounded corners or some circle as your image, or you also need to show with your image thumbnail. So this is the classes you can use. Dot rounded. Okay. Rounded dash circle, it will show you your image in a circle. Then similarly, thumbnail image with border, if you want to show, then you need to use this img dash thumbnail. So this is the class. Similarly, for the images, you also need to align your images to either left or right. So in this case, you can use these classes, float dash left or float dash right. Okay. Maybe you also can show your images aligned to center. For this, you just need to use mx-auto. So this is the utility class. Okay. Similarly, if you just want to show your images as in form of display block, so D stands for display, and this as a block, then you need to use this class d-block. For the responsive image, if you want your images to fit in your devices, then you need to use this class img-float. So this is the class. Once you use, you can resize your screen. Let's say in our case for the browser, you can resize your browser, or you can also view these images in any of the devices. It exactly fits to that screen size. Okay, next one is Bootstrap buttons. Okay, for the Bootstrap buttons, you are offered with these classes. The default class is class equals to btn. So this is the basic button. If you want to use another class, this is the classic btn-primary. If you just use btn-primary, so this is the color. Okay, btn-secondary. So this is the color. Similarly, btn-success. Whenever you find success, it will always be in the green color. For the information-info, so this is blue, light blue in color. Similarly, warning, this is always in orange color. Danger, this will be shown in red color. Okay, dark, btn-dark, this one, btn-light, this one, and btn-link. This is, if you want to show your button in form of some hyperlink, then so this is the thing, btn-link you can use. So other way, see, your button classes, you can also apply for your hyperlinks or buttons, or even for the input controls. For the hyperlink, you just need to call this class. Class equals to btn info, same as whatever you have done with the button. So for the button, we have already done like this, btn, okay, btn-info. Similarly, for the input type, also you can call your class equals to info. Similarly, for the submit button, also, see, you can use the class, okay, same way. So next one, if you do not want to fill your button with some color, if you just want some border in your button, so you need to call this outline button. Okay, So your class can be btn dash outline primary. So wherever you find, say, primary, secondary, success, info, warning, these are repeated things. You can use, say, class btn primary btn dash lg. So this is the class, okay, btn dash lg and btn dash sm. So this will show you your button in something large and something smaller size. Similarly, if you want to cover up all the width in your pages, then you just need to use this block level button. So btn dash block is the class, okay, you need to use this one. Similarly, if you want to show your button as, let's say, active button and or disabled button, you just need to use this class, okay, just active and disabled. btn dash primary, this is already that we have already used, okay. Next one, if you just want to group buttons, let's say if you want to create some horizontal menu structure, so this will be the best thing that you can do, okay. For this, you need to call the class like this: div class equals to btn dash group. Similarly, other rest of the things are the same.